Education Minister Reverend Ronald Thwaites has recently disclosed his ministry's plan declaring the 2013-2014 fiscal year as the year of change for education. Speaking in the 2013-2014 sectoral debate, Minister Thwaites made a resounding call, a call to action.
We must all stop blaming each other. Teachers blaming parents, parents blaming teachers, everybody blaming the ministry. We must take charge of the change in our sphere and hold ourselves accountable. This is the call to action.
Education no doubt starts first in the home, which is why this year's budgetary allocation provides for a National Parenting Commission to be chaired by Lady Rima Hall. Additionally, 160 parent places will be established island-wide to educate parents in best practices. The money for this is by way of UNICEF and USAID. And in the schools, the ministry has revised the health and family life curriculum to be available this September.
But let it be clear, Mr. Speaker, we will not be grooming children towards same-sex unions, and we will not be distributing condoms in schools. Guidance counselors and their counterparts in the school and community healthcare system, they must know what to do when a student is in danger of sexual abuse. Restraint must be taught by example and precept. Sex education, yes. Condoms, no.
Children live what they learn. Teach them to wave the love in our hearts.
Government's expenditure on early childhood, that is pre-primary to grade 3, and special education is 14.6% of the recurrent budget, or $11.01 billion.
More school spaces are being found by the ministry by merging pre-existing institutions. 500 teachers will get specialist training for early childhood and special education in the summer. And more money will be spent on school nutrition grants, with youngsters now set to get snacks as well as lunch. The private sector is also playing its part, with pivotal partnerships being forged.
A common curriculum emphasizing social habits, character formation, and learning skills will be reinforced in partnership with Crayons Count, generously supported by National Continental Corporation, the Gleaner, and several other private sector partners, including NCB Foundation, Scotia Foundation, Digicel, and Lime, and many international bodies.
The ministry's aim is that every school in Jamaica will have a full-time or part-time special education teacher by the year 2016. Sounds good, right? Well, impactful changes will also be made at the primary level, including the GSAT curriculum.
The contents of all subjects for this examination are being revived with a special emphasis on science, social studies, and with much more emphasis on civics and Jamaican history. This revision will be completed by June 2013 to emphasize less memory and more higher order thinking, and a component of in-school assessment. And the revised test, called a primary exit test, will be piloted for full implementation by May 2016.
The expansion of the civics program will also see the inclusion of material on the Right Honorable Norman Manley, plus the evolution of constitutional governance in the next academic year. Additionally, the alternative pathways to secondary education will take the place of A-STEP, repositioning secondary education to reach the varying needs of students. Another call to action by the minister is that come September, schools will be assessing grade 7 students using their GSAT profiles to know where our students are standing as they transition. And by 2016, all grade 11 students will be required to sit CSEC examinations in order to attain a high school diploma. Other critical areas being addressed are in the technical training of students.
This year, the Heart Trust NTA will invest over $80 million to upgrade the laboratories and the workshops in the newer high schools to enable them to improve their offerings of level 1 and level 2 skill.
As it pertains to tertiary education, discussions are underway with the universities to disburse funds specifically for research and instructional programs and projects which are critical to Jamaica. And for the adults, Well, starting this September, they will have the opportunity to access a high school diploma equivalent. Our educators are the helm of our education system, and our teachers are invaluable. The ministry, however, has had to implement a number of measures concerning our teachers, including the revision of the Code of Regulations to address leave entitlements, linking increment to performance, and more.
Nearly 55 billion of the education budget is spent on remuneration. This is as it should be, but we have to make sure the public gets value for this huge spend.
Teachers' colleges will also be assessed as well to determine their function and to better align their programs to the needs of the nation. This is just a snippet of all that is in store. Let's all play our part and use education as a tool for transformation.
If we all rope in, we can be optimistic about the present and future of education.
Pressure,